Any chance to win a ball game tonight?
See, you mentioned a receiver, a running back, and a quarterback. That's a triple threat because you know when you watch out for the running play, the passing game is just one snap away. And that week in Highland's game against Andrean, a very balanced attack throughout the whole night. They came out, passing game, running game, a couple different formations. They lined up separate on offense to make the defense shift with them. So Highland really adapted, switching up their offensive to work the ball there. Just about underway. Mustangs started off with the kickoff. The far side picked up about the 15, crosses the 20, gets hit heavy at the 20. And it'll be the pull down about the 26-yard line. So the Trojans a nice spot to start off the night.
Trojans' only loss this season, Joe, came against Lowell. They have 10 turnovers for the season. They had 6 turnovers against the Red Devils in that ball game. So I'm sure they'd like to have that one back, but I asked Brad, I said, you know, is Lowell for real? How good are they? He says they're a very good football team.
Highland set the offense. Mustangs with 3 men down the line. Linebackers right off the tail. Very tight formation on the front line. The pitch, near side. Covered around the corner. Nice job, Dan Bala getting out there first of all to put the hit on. To put a stop in the offensive charge, Martin Havens.
And there's the man they need to stop, Martin Havens. He's the leading rusher in the area, Joe. He's already racked up 956 yards in the first half of the season, so he should break the 1,000-yard mark tonight. He needs 44 yards to do it.
That just shows some great play throughout the season for a player to rack up 1,000 yards in 7 games. We talked about that well-balanced attack. There's the other half of it right there. As a quick pitch outside, Adam Waldron. The quick pass picks up the first down.
And that's what Highland is so hard to defend. They do have the pass and they do have the run. They're very good at both. There you saw Adam Waldron. He's got 29 catches, 430 yards this season, and 3 touchdowns. Worked real hard in the offseason, gained about 20, 25 pounds.
Mustangs on a 4-2 attack up the middle. Hit heavy at the line. Driven back. Right at the line. Nice job on the defensive coverage. Several bodies up off the bottom of that pile for the Mustangs. Ryan Jablonski, one of the main tacklers inside. Number 88, the big defensive end, really got across.
It's been one of the strengths for Munster here, Joe, is their defense. And one of the things that they do have is speed. When you see a lot of guys on the ball carrier, you know that they can really attack the ball.
Once again, almost a 4-4 setup for Mustangs as they shift it around. Pass coverage, first of all. The quick pass under the coverage, caught across the 40-yard line. A flag up from behind will be a clip against the Highland Trojan offensive blockers downfield. Well, negates a nice pass play. As that time you saw the reception pulled down by John Pulaski.
Here's our look at a little play action by Kevin Boyd. Boyd rolls right, gives a nice ball out to Pulaski. And again, he was open. He hit him right in the numbers. One of the things about Highland this year, Joe, they do have the big receiver, Adam Waldron, but they have about 5, 6, 7 guys that Kevin Boyd can throw to.
That's a good thing to have in the quarterback. You have your all-star receiver, and then you have a solid stable of guys who can catch the ball. If you have guys, and you don't worry about them catching the ball for 100 yards, you don't worry about that type of thing. You worry about catching the ball downfield and pulling it down for reception. If you have that, you're really on top of the ball game.
Highland has 8 receivers who have caught at least more, or I should say rather have caught more than 1 reception, and 5 receivers touchdowns for them. So that's very tough, especially when you put their running game in with that.
The original pass play for almost 25 yards, back 50 from the point of the infraction, or the end of the play actually, and that marched them right back near the first down marker. So Highland may end up first down. Cost them a big chunky yardage, but they kept the first down going.
Right now the Trojans really coming up and mixing it up so far this season. Really the key for them, I think, is to just hold on to that football and don't make any huge mistakes as in big plays.
We saw Kevin Boyd that time take the snap and roll and just back very quickly in the pocket. Had his target aimed from the start. Straight eye sets up behind Boyd. A 4-3 for Munster. Once again rushing quickly. Boyd lets it fly. Caught. Reception there. You saw the second effort by the receiver. He caught the ball, button hooked inside with the ball, and picked up an extra 5 to 6 yards.
Kevin Boyd hooking up with his favorite receiver, Adam Waldron. Again, you can just see the strength of Kevin Boyd's arm. Here's another look at it. First of all, very nice protection from his offensive line. His running backs do a nice job of stepping up and protecting. There you see Havens giving him some extra. But look at that, nice tight spiral. And again, hits his receiver right in the numbers.
The third first down of the series for the Trojans. Once again, pitch near side. Mustangs, good job in the coverage on the pitch play. We've seen 3 times so far in this ball game. That time making through there, Jake Skelton for the pull down. The 6'2 senior has been very quick on several run coverage. Yeah,
Jake Skelton also goes both ways for the Mustangs, a linebacker and defense, leading the team with 50 tackles. Next closest guy is Mike Boyle with 38. So Skelton doing a lot of the work defensively for Munster this season.
About the 35-yard line, 2nd and 7 for the Highland Trojans. Double slots left. Trying to the left side, caught behind the line and pulled down. The Mustang D stepped up and put a stop to the drive. Once again, we see a couple of guys on the bottom for Munster. Skelton again, along with Mike Boyle.
Yeah, we mentioned Mike Boyle coming in with 38 tackles that time. The Mustangs just strung that play out. We've seen Highland try to go to that pitch a lot, right side and left side tonight so far in their first series. But again, the speed that Munster has, they should be able to run that down if they can string it out.
The 37, 3rd down, 9. Highland sets up wide receiver near side. Wide receiver split both ways. The blitz inside, pressured out of the pocket, caught. The fall have got him the first down yard. You saw that time for the Trojans going up to the ball. Ed Begala jumped up there and pulled it down.
Look at it again, another play action, and if you're going to give Kevin Boyd at least 5 seconds to throw that football, you're going to really put a lot of pressure on your defensive backs. And so far tonight, Boyd has had the time to sit back there and look off maybe his primary receiver and hit his secondary receivers. And Munster's going to have to get to Kevin Boyd tonight.
4th and 1 situation for the Trojans. Hangs up a tight front line, 4 men packed together over the guard and tackle. A quick snap. Twisting, turning, a big gain. Actually picks up about 5 yards on the carry. As Havens salvages the first down.
And again, Joe, when things are going good, you should be able to pick up 1 yard. I thought they might maybe go to the quarterbacks, but when you got a running back like Martin Havens, nice lead block, no problem. Nice push from that offensive side of the line, left side.
The 4th first down for Highland on this series, as they've worked the ball in from their own 26-yard line, now approaching the red zone for the Mustangs. Quick pass pattern, caught at the 20. Looked like a correction on a timing pattern almost.
It looked like Kevin Boyd sort of hesitated a little bit on that pass, but again, just a short, quick pass, safe, and it takes away the blitz.
Now they're down to the Mustang 18-yard line, 2nd down, about 4 to go. The Trojans working the ball down steadily on this first possession. The big spin in the middle, a big wrap at the line. Once again, a host of Mustang bodies on the attack. We've seen the Mustangs. Times they're blitzing, they're pressuring, not so much blitzing, but they're trying to break the line in several spots and put pressure in the backfield. And that time, once again, Jake Skelton up for the main duties of bringing down the ball here, even though a couple bodies in the front line, I believe got a whack on him first of all. 3rd down, about to go from the 18-yard line. Big near side. Through the line once again, the big excellent coverage by down in the backfield.
The ball carried around the right side.
Big time play there by the Mustangs, Joe. Steve Persick. That powers from the right. You're going to see Kevin Boyd. He actually gets ahead of his runner and tries to become a blocker, but number 22 Persick is in there before Havens can even turn his shoulders, and that was just a big time play by Munster.
4th down, 6 to go. Highland lines up the offensive formation, going for it deep in the Munster territory. Rolling back in the pocket, chased out, opens up near side. He's got a lot of open space over the end zone. Touchdown. The Trojans set up the fake to the left, and just a foot race to the end zone.
And well, I'd say that opened up very nicely for Kevin Boyd, Joe. They had 3 or 4 receivers all to the left side of the field. Here's a replay. Kevin Boyd, of course, going to drop back here, looking left. That's where all his receivers are. And then he's got just a wide open green space to the right, tucks it away, and it's just a foot race for the end zone. Kevin Boyd, 3-sport. Nice, one of the best quarterbacks in the state.
Extra point attempt sets up the Trojans kick. Ball's placed down, put up. Sails wide to the near side. Makes it 6-0. 5:41 to play in the first quarter. Highland jumps on top, 6-0. Back at this time out in your primetime game of the week. Alongside Chris DePet, we saw the Trojans get the ball off their own 26 to the Munster 21, and then just a misdirection play. Kevin Boyd on his own around the right side, 21 yards for a touchdown.
Very good look play. Again, 3-4 receivers to the left side of the field, and Munster has to respect that.
The big boot sails down to the 1-yard line. Finds a hole in the middle up to the 25. Just a bomb shot down the middle. Flag comes in. I believe it'll be a face mask after the fact. That will be the call on the far side of the field. At the very end, the last player hold of the ball carrier's face mask.
Dave Luptak that time, the man on the reception. He's got 1 touchdown on a punt return this season. Here's our look at it, Joe. It looked like he was almost in that end zone, but you see the referee saying, okay, let's get this going. Luptak trying to read the wedge right there. Pretty nice job by the Mustangs, and there's the face mask towards the end of the play. Unfortunate for Highland because he was already on the ground.
That looked like it wasn't a attempted face mask, more one of those incidental things. But in high school football, it costs you the full yardage. A head hit in the line. I'll tell you from my angle here, the ball carrier just sort of disappeared. You heard the hit through the headphones.
That was Munster's, one of their leading rushers, Dan Anderson. Here's another look. Let's see what Anderson runs into. Looks like he sort of lost his footing a little bit. It made the hit look a little worse than it was.
Still a loud shot up here in the press box.
Glad we're up here.
Ball at the 40-yard line now. Pickup of about a foot or so on the last carry. Play clock runs down to 0. Delay a game called against Munster. Second about 15 from the Munster 35-yard line.
There you see Leroy Marsh. He's been here 27 years, 20 as head coach.
Stojkovic, your quarterback, sets up, 2nd down, 15 to go. And off left side, keeps it around the corner. That'll be offensive right side, actually. Little mirror image football. Nice job tucking the ball up. Taking the handoff first of all. The two-way ball carrier, we saw Jake Skelton followed his block through the hole.
Munster, of course, 5-1 also. Big win against Lake Central this year. Leroy Marsh said that probably was the turning point. Really gave these guys some confidence.
Ball's back up to the 42-yard line for the Mustangs. 3rd down. The thing here after that long drive by Highland just keep their offense in the field for a while and put the ball deep in the Trojan territory. Lots of contact in the pass play. Official just waves it off as the incomplete pass as your intended receiver. The Mustangs, Tom Royal. They're really battling for that ball, almost like a working the lane for basketball.
And I'll tell you, very play there by Highland defensive back Ben Waldron. He is Adam Waldron's brother, and in there and made a great play for the Trojans. It's about as good as coverage as you can get.
After a flag, the Mustangs will go 3 hits and out. One away from the receiver, bounds at the 25, takes a Mustang roll. We'll take a time possession in your primetime game of the week. Across the 35, down across the 40-yard line. So right there, you saw what your full house back does, what your full-time running back does.
We've seen Highland go to the outside a lot, Joe, right and left. This time it was open. Martin Havens, Highland's first offensive play here, cuts to the outside, finds some room, picks up the first down, and he's going to be pretty close to 1,000 already, I think, Joe. He's getting there.
23 on that carry alone. Pulling down one way, long pass, other side, caught the 35, a foot race in the end zone, the 10, across the 5, touchdown, Trojans. The timing pattern cut. And your second option was actually your main man, Adam Waldron, caught it on the full-out fly.
Beautiful play by the Trojans, Joe. Second down, or actually first down, they go to the air. Here's how to look at it. Kevin Boyd's going to give a great pump fake to the right, and that's really what makes this play work. As he pump fakes, well, we didn't see the pump fake, but he actually did to the right side. Munster's deep bit on the fake, and then Boyd let it fly loose down the left sideline and found one of his favorite men, Adam Waldron, for the touchdown.
A long time developing action. A good job by that Highland front line. Getting the time he wanted. 2-point conversion sets up. The flip pass on the side over the head of his intended receiver. Incomplete. Score stays 12-0. We'll take a time on our 3:12 left in the first quarter. Highland on top. Back in the timeout. The primetime game of the week.
Hey, high school seniors, listen. T-Tac Photography in Schererville is the only fully digital studio in Northwest Indiana and equipped with state-of-the-art computer-enhanced digital effects technology that can make really cool pictures like these. T-Tac Photography has affordable packages to fit any budget. You can even bring in your own props to reflect the real you. Plus, there's no waiting for your previews. You take them home that day. What could be better than that? Nothing. Call T-Tac Photography and Video Production today to set your appointment.
And we're back in the first quarter. We said just 44 from that 1,000-yard season. Right now, my unofficial stats is 34 yards. So an unofficial 10 yards for Havens will give him a big number for the season, a big round 1,000.
I think it's safe to say he's going to get that before the half is up.
Highland with the kickoff after the 58-yard pass to Waldron for the touchdown. He picked up about the 15-yard line. Once again, the big shot up the middle. The Mustangs just trying to jam the ball on the pass to reception on kickoffs.
Now Joe Munster needs to sort of get a little bit of momentum. Don't want to spot Highland 2 scores, 3 scores, and then try to come back to this one. Highland's just too good of a ball club to do that.
What'll have to happen, the first series, the Mustangs had the ball. It was pretty much 3 plays now. They had a flag in the middle there, but they weren't able to establish anything. If they don't get in the end zone, they at least want to stay on the field for the rest of the quarter and maybe some of the next quarter to try to establish some momentum here on the offensive side of the ball. You can't play this game on your heels on defense all night. Right, quarterback steps back, the quick pass under the coverage. About a 5-yard pickup. Designed to catch under the defense, and Tom Royal, receiver.
Munster doesn't pass very much, but again, not because they don't have the ability to, they just choose not to. They have such a decent running game, but here's how I look at it. Stojkovic, just a little 3-step drop, and finds Royal on a pattern. Nice coverage, though. Nice open field tackle by Highland's Ben Waldron.
Really coming up from the truck. Stojkovic out there at 5'8", looks like the Munster version of Flutie. Defensive lineman, a good job in the season so far. You see Munster offense. dive up the middle.
Bowler, your ball carrier off the right side. Got made by Mater.
Bauer comes in and plays some fullback, and he's not a big guy either, Joe, but they like to use him more for his speed and quickness. They sort of switch fullbacks between Matt DeBoer and Jake Skelton. Skelton's the big bruiser. DeBoer is the quicker guy.
That's one thing you're going to see as a theme of the Munster team. They don't have the size, but you watch the speed they're putting to use. On the returns, on the blitzes, everything. They're hitting the holes out fast. The big snap in the backfield starts off with the snag by Dan Jackson. Pulls Stojkovic up for the Highland meeting in the backfield. And that brings up 4th down once again.
That time just way too much penetration by that Highland defensive line, and I'll tell you, Lucky Sloan, he didn't lose that football. He did a nice job of hanging on to that one.
The position he got caught in, too, being all tucked up with the defenders is a good thing with an injury right now as well. Homing punt has a good spiral down about the 25. Fair catch call. He snagged about the 27.
Well, we don't have our stopwatch here, Joe, but I think that had some hang time to it. That was one of the high ones.
That was up there.
Well, Joe, now pressure. They need to stop Highland from into that end zone because they cannot spot the Trojans 3 scores.
The Mustangs in the last 2 possessions have lasted a grand total of 8 plays, including the punts. And they cannot afford that type of offensive stuff for the night. Give out the left side.
Ball carrier got made by Wise, number 84.
Pick up a couple of far yards on that side.
That was just a little counter play to number 24, Mike Hussey. He also sees some time in the backfield for the Trojans. And right now, I don't know what they're going to come at you with.
Second and the 30, the high flip pass over the top. Slips up after catching the ball. You've got to change the weather conditions now, too, as it's cooling off. We're getting to dew and the frost setting in this time of the season. We've seen a couple slip-ups so far today.
Still perfect football weather, though, Joe. There's another replay. Kevin Boyd, just a little 3-step out pattern to Waldron. And then, of course, Waldron just trying to work one-on-one with the back. And he's going to slip right there as he tries to cut back.
3rd and 5 on the 32-yard line. Finds, cuts back, has some open yards, finds a hole again, and breaks across the 50-yard line. You're seeing your quarterback become the main running back for the squad. The first quarter comes to a close. We'll take the second quarter about to be underway here in your prime time of the week. Everybody, I'm Joe Wells alongside Chris Geppetta. See the fans, both sides, packing the stands nicely for a nice battle of the bridge. As the Trojans have taken off to a 2-score lead rather quickly in the first quarter.
Well, I'll tell you, Joe, Highland right now doing whatever they want to offensively, and they've really thrown a lot of variety at Munster. I think they put the Mustangs on their heels defensively. They don't know what's coming. Just the last play, we saw Kevin Boyd run the action for the first time and pick up the first down. We have not seen that tonight.
Things up, the Highland offense. First and 10. They break across the Munster side of the 50-yard line. The hustle up the middle. Their main man near the 10-yard mark.
I think that might have been yard 1,000 for Martin Havens, if your stats are correct, Joe.
He needed 10 yards on my unofficial stats for tonight, but that was going to be, I think he's at 999.
Okay.
It's just shot about a foot.
I'll tell you, that's impressive after, what, 6 games.
Quick handoff across the middle, get the first down yardage.
Ball carrier up the middle. First down. Left back, person get on the side of the Mustang.
Makes it first and 10 once again for Highland. Now controlling the ball for almost 2 minutes into the drive. In 2 minutes, they picked the ball up and gone by about 40 yards in 4 plays. The pump fake. Tucks the ball up once again. You're seeing a more designed play now as he pump fakes and runs, trying to put that option to use.
You really see that composure too, Joe. Kevin Boyd that time after the pump fake, he looked down, gave a good look to his receiver to the left side. Here's how to look at it. Boyd, of course, dropping back. Nice pump fake to the right side, but this time the Munster DBs didn't bite. When he saw that he didn't have anybody out there, he tucked it away and didn't waste any time.
Topi, nice job stepping in and grabbing the ankles. Once again at the line. Caught up. But the ball sprung loose, but official calls it down already on the contact. Be a loss for a couple yards.
Great job that time by Jake Skelton, the Joe, coming in, shooting one of the gaps and putting a stop to that play.
Third down. Looking about 12 to 15 to go. For Highland, they came out of the situation a couple times already. Haven sets up the offense. Boyd looking to pass, looking along in the end zone. It'll be a jump ball. Caught and pulled in. Waldron puts in the jump play. I'll tell you that right there is the problem as Waldron stood up against Mike Mirabelli, the defensive back. Waldron steps up there at 6'3" and takes it away.
There's a look at it. This is just a matter of catching that ball at the highest point, and when you're 6'3", going against somebody 7, you got a little advantage there. Adam Waldron, nice job of wanting that football. This is where Munster really did not want to be in the second quarter of tonight's ballgame.
The second touchdown pass of the night that lined up Boyd to Waldron. First one a 58-yard snag, this one a 36-yard shot. Boyd tucks it up and goes to the 2-point run around the corner. Says no. Get in there. So save for the 2 points. The Munster defense makes it 18-0. Highland on top. 9:46 left to play in the first half. We'll take a timeout. Back after this in the primetime game of the week.
Because your car deserves the best, Jiffy Lube is America's oil change. Our signature certified service provides thorough and professional service to your vehicle and a written assurance that your car receives performance inspection by an authorized Jiffy Lube representative.
Stop in at Jiffy Lube, America's favorite oil change, just 2 blocks south of US 30 on 41 in Cherville, Indiana.
Mention this ad and receive a signature service oil change for just $19.97.
We're back. Second quarter, 18-0. Highland puts a third score of the night on the board. The 36-yard pass from Boyd to Waldron. The jump ball shot got him in the end zone. The Mustangs, the last 2 possessions, have not gotten off more than 3 plays. And this, we said it before, Chris, but this will be just imperative to get out there and put an offensive series together. Heavy coverage by the Highland Trojans. The Highland coverage team got down and just shut down the return.
And right now, Joe, Highland just a little too pumped up. They really have got the momentum. Munster's going to have to do something to sort of change that very quickly.
Ball about the 10-yard line of the Mustang.
Still have a lot of time to maybe work something and punch in a score. Maybe 2. You never know what can happen. 9:39 to go. Still the break.
Munster sets up 1st and 10, their own 17-yard line. It sets up the signal. Man in motion, the pitch. Defensive backs right there waiting at the line.
Your ball carrier on the right side, something the 49.
So the Mustangs, Dan Anderson, the running back.
Yeah, Anderson, he's their leading ground gainer this year. 381 yards coming in tonight's game. And 61 per game, 6 yards a carry. But again, we mentioned they have about 4 or 5 guys that are just consistent. They don't have a big name guy, but they got 4 or 5 guys for them.
But a 3-yard pickup on the last carry, looking to back. It's a quick formation. Caught, first down yardage, breaks across for a couple more. Putting their big man to use that time as the Mustangs. John Henry. He's listed as 6 foot, but he looked like about a 6'3" jumper there.
Look at it, Stojkovic again, just a 3-step drop, delivers a nice hand and very impressive catch there in traffic. You see the contact. One of the hardest things for a receiver to do, Joe, is to catch that football over the middle. Takes a lot of guts.
That's the first down the Mustangs have had so far. They pick up on the 31-yard line. Once again, a quick handoff in the middle. Trying the far back formation. Jake Skelton punched down a couple.
And again, we mentioned Skelton having a fantastic season, 2-way starter. One of the bruising type of fullbacks that the Mustangs are going to use tonight. They just need to sort of get into some type of rhythm, put together some type of drive.
Establishing that a bit right now. Down, about 8 to go. Stojkovic powered out of the pocket. Has to tuck it in and go down. A flag downfield. I believe it may have been a contact downfield holding the defense on the intended receiver.
And again, too much penetration for the Trojans. I believe that was Curtis Bush there, the first man through for Highland. Actually, might have been Mike Bovat, the other linebacker. Excuse me. Mike Bovat was first through for the Trojans, number 48. So Bovat was shooting from his linebacker position. Munster unable to pick up that.
Takes the ball to the Mustang 35-yard line.
The Highland hold keeps that sack out of the books.
Second down and about 7.
Understand how the set went. I didn't see where the hold was. I thought it was in the backfield, but it stays about the same. Second down, about 7 to go now. So he steps back, pressure to high, lobbing shot over the corner. Their own jump ball formation doesn't work out. Their intended receiver was Tom Royal.
And again, that time well covered by the Trojans. Just putting that one up again, trying to have Royal catch that ball at the highest point. That was safe that one went out of bounds. Might have been an interception.
So Royal was in there with about 2 receivers right on him, or 2 defenders. We had Ben Waldron at the defensive back at 6'3". Then you had your quarterback, Boyd, playing both ways right there, ready to jump up. Intercepted by the lineman in the middle. For the touchdown. Now, one of my favorites right there, Chris, you know that.
Number 62, Brandon Lesniewski in the right spot at the right time for the Trojans. And they are now up 4 scores. Lesniewski, a right tackle, scoring a touchdown there, Joe. And I know you love to see those defensive linemen, offensive linemen getting in the end zone. Here's a look at it. Yeah, really.
6 foot, 65. And you see the man right there really the quarterback, and the throwaway ball ends up to about 30 to 40-yard return.
I don't think Stojkovic ever seen Lesniewski just wait there. The pressure leading to that interception. Right now, Highland in full control.
Extra point tip on the kick. Ball set down, put up. Sales far side, but to the uprights. Isaiah Bishop, the junior kicker, puts it through.
Well, Joe, I think right now Munster might be a little stunned. They definitely did not think that they were going to be down 24-0. Second quarter, the way they've been playing this year. I mean, they have beat some very good ball teams.
That's the thing. Highland came out here just slugging, and have really taken the ball game into their power. You see, next week we're lining up. Come down to my new territory.
That's right. Kankakee Valley going to be on Channel 3. They take on Andrea. It's the first time we've brought the truck to KV, huh? For a football game.
For football. We're there for basketball. year. So make sure you get the case of transmission fluid ready, and we'll take the road trip.
Surprised the truck made it here.
Far side, picked up about the 10-yard line. The Mustangs pretty much in a desperation situation with some sort of offensive power together. Coach Leroy Marsh on the sideline.
We mentioned Leroy Marsh, really been here a long time, Joe. 27 years at this school, 20 of them as head coach. And he's really only the second coach for the Munster football program. John Friend was. You don't see that a lot nowadays, Joe.
So that's really one of the things that's nice to see for several of the programs. That's when you know you've got a program, not just some coach on a team for a couple seasons. And you have a coach that comes in like that through good times and bad. The middle chips up 3 or 4.
Look on that last series for Munster, Joe. They started to maybe try to pass the ball a little more, but then Highland started to come with the blitzes and sort of screwed things up. Still a lot of game left, though. You don't want to see anybody hang their head on the sidelines.
Dragovich steps up, makes a spin, the big first down yardage. Stayed in that pitch fake. You still saw it open. He's looking for his running back. Decided to keep it on his own and turned it up.
And you saw he actually freezed the Highland defense there. Here's a replay, another look at mentioned for the quarterback and running back to pitch phase, even when he passes the line of scrimmage. And you're going to see the guys for Highland actually didn't know where he was going to go. And Stojkovic was able to pick up a big chunk of yardage there.
Have a player down for the Trojans. Looks like they're working on
27, I want to say, Joe.
And Jackson, linebacker.
Jackson is shaken up on the play for the Highland.
Favoring that right leg in the way there. Didn't see what exactly the injury was.
Yeah, Jackson, he's one of their leading tacklers this year, so nothing serious.
First and 10, Mustangs set the offense about their own 38-yard line. Straight sets it up. Straight eye behind him, wide out's left side, hand off middle. The heavy hit. Textbook shot as Anderson goes up the middle, coming right back at him. Jay Taroshi.
Dan Luce that time, Joe, coming in and putting the stick on for the Trojans. We have seen Highland put on some major hits tonight. We can hear it right here in the press box. There's another look at it. You're going to see number 52 for Highland coming in, gets his shoulder pads under Anderson's, and even most importantly, holds on. We always talk about not the initial hit, but the wrap also.
The pass, far side, pulled down, first down yardage. Nice snag on the dime. Now Bernard stands to the feet. John Hanrahan, nice hands.
Mustangs are fighting, Joe. Nice little out pattern and a great route by John Hanrahan. Knew that first down mark was, and that's exactly where he ran his route. Pretty good catch, too, by the way.
So, nice job.
Got to check his hands for some stickum or something like that.
Right across the 50-yard line. Mustang set it up, wide out near side, straight eye, man in motion. Looking to pass. The high timing over the corner, caught at the 25-yard line. That was the move, the race we've seen a couple times so far tonight. Royal in the foot race and just putting it in the basket. Mark Stojkovic lines it up.
Well, I'll tell you, that time, number one, Ben Waldron was about almost as perfect as you can be on Tom Royal. The only problem is Ben Waldron didn't know where that football was. If you look he really couldn't find that one out of the air, and Tom Royal is going to bring that down, but he was right there with him.
2 first downs, moving the ball over 50 yards on this drive. Finds a hole in the middle. The running back breaks a hole across the 10-yard line into the 6. Dan Anderson just followed the blockers. The hole opened up and chunked away the yards.
I'll tell you, the Mustangs doing a real nice job, Joe. There you see an instance where the pass starts to open up the run. There's a look at it. Anderson, of course, nice hole up the middle. It's a little block from the referee, which is always nice to have, and picks up another good chunk of yards. And again, the pass opening up the run for Munster.
It's a textbook dive play in the middle. 3 backs up behind your quarterback. Man motion, looking at a quick pass play to the corner. Pulled down, incomplete. My angle's almost a perfect line with that line of fire. You know, Chris, there are a lot of hands in that area. Stojkovic is really trying to thread the needle on a couple of those pass plays.
Well, I'll tell you, I got a little that one go up, dangerous pass.
2nd and goal from the Munster set, from the Highland 7, excuse me.
Well, if the Mustangs punch it in here, and they'll take one step to that comeback.
He's on the formation, wide out near side, man in motion. The rolls back the other way. Stojkovic fakes a pass, going to foot the corner, chipped up at the 5. And a little suicide slide there.
There's Leroy Marson for a timeout now.
Wisniewski gave and sliced the legs out from under the running back, the quarterback.
And I'll tell you, Stojkovic almost pulled that one off, Joe.
Almost a
Almost
mirror
did.
image of Boyd's first run for the touchdown by Highland. Got the whole play going right, cut up on his own, went left, and tried to race for the pin.
That was very nice coverage by Highland, but when he was being pursued, you saw Stojkovic. Here's another look at it. He almost this one in for the touchdown. Stojkovic is going to look right. Doesn't see anybody there, so breaks it up. Let's see him pump fake. He gets one of the receiver up in the air, but in the meantime, Highland is able to get a couple more guys there to help out, keep him out of the end zone.
A nice job pursuit angle down.
It's just like basketball, Joe. You get a defender up in the air, then you've got him, you know? Same principles.
Third down, goal to go from the 5 for the Mustangs. The Mustangs is facing a demoralizing blow early on as scores jump on the board in front of them. And being scored zip while you're being
Yeah.
and get the momentum going back their direction. 4:23 in the clock. 3rd down and goal. Pump fake going for the corner. Over the receiver. And you see that attempt a couple times. As Tom Royal's been the receiver of choice. Stojkovic to lob it up and let him catch the ball on his own.
Just a bit out of Royal's reach. Stojkovic knew he had a man, but he just overthrew it. The play was open.
The direction, the angle was right. Time Munster. We'll take ourselves right now. 4:19 left in the second. Munster knocking the door back on this prime time game of the week. Yeah, on top of that, a decent field position is there. Starting with the 34-yard line of Highland. 2:42 left in the clock this half. That's the one ending right now as well. Just for this half and going to the halftime break with something to show for their efforts in this first half of play. Stojkovic a pass to the outside. And I believe once again we're seeing the Moeller vision on the sideline.
Well, I'll tell you, Moeller comes so close, but yet he's so steady, Joe. Watch this replay. Look at this. Now this is big-time camera work. You don't see this a lot on Monday Night Football, but look at this. Stojkovic coming right into your living room. Tom Royal, nice catch. And watch, look, it doesn't flinch. He doesn't even flinch.
So what coverage? You saw Ben Waldron hitting the turf, the helmet popping up there. Oh, right in your living room.
Great catch, too, by Tom Royal.
Up the middle, looking for the end zone. Pulled down inside the 10-yard line.
Skelton and Munster, right side, got down by number 12.
Once again, Joe, that pass opening up the run tonight for Munster. You see the Mustangs come out in 1st and 10 and throw the ball. Next 1st and 10, they go to the straight dive for Skelton. Big bruising full. Now they're starting to mix it up a little bit.
From about the 9-yard line, 1st and goal for the Mustangs. Last series thrown out deep in this territory. They're in this time. And off left side. Second buster on the outside, Jake Skelton.
Skelton's the ball carrier.
I tell you, Jake Skelton really didn't have much running room that time. Actually was running a little east-west instead of north-south.
Second and goal. This one actually been about the 10-yard line. He lost about a yard in the last carry. The high lob shot in the corner once again.
Regular's pass in front of number 12 Royal is incomplete.
Tell you, that time aiming once again for Tom Royal. They've tried that series a few times.
I'll tell you, Joe, they've been coming very close to completing that pass. Once again, though, Stojkovic just a bit overthrown. Just a two-step drop, puts it up for Royland just out of his reach. If he would have caught that one, I think he would have been out of bounds.
Yeah, I think I've been close to getting under the pass.
I'm telling you, he would have been out of bounds. He had wrong angle.
Clock down to 1:54. It's 3rd down. Still looking at goal to go. So there's a timeout in the field, I believe, for a clock adjustment.
A big 3rd down for the Mustangs, Joe, and I think they're probably going to have to keep it in the air if they want to get into the end zone. Maybe a good time for a draw play.
Clock resets at 2:02.
All right.
The Mustangs now set. The play clock rolls down. Stojkovic rolls, looking against again the corner. Lets it fly to the corner. Nearly picked off. Who pulled it down? The Mustangs pull out the wrestling match. They're on the board. Is that Hanrahan pulling it out of that mess?
John Hanrahan that time in the right spot, the right time, Joe, and really, sometimes it doesn't matter how you do it, as long as you get it done. Some points out of the situation. Very dangerous pass there for Stojkovic. I'm sure he wanted to bring that one back after you let it go, but fortunately, Hanrahan is going to be in the right spot at the right time.
Ben Waldron trying to play defense and yank that back as an interception. Why don't you go through all these hands in the end zone? You saw it hit at the very end. There was a flag on that coming your way right there.
And again, that's questionable too, because just let that ball away. I mean, as a defender, you're coming with steam. You know, what I'm trying to say is that obviously wasn't a cheap hit. This is a pretty decent rivalry. The guys are just playing hard. It's hard to just pull back when you're coming 100% in.
It's a quarterback, though. You got to be babied, right?
Oh, no, I'm in.
No, you quarterbacks
You got to
are.
protect those guys, you know?
Yeah. That's a front line's job. There. Clock's down to 1:55 here first half. And finally, the Mustangs on the board. After a couple decent drives, marched their way deep in the territory of Highland. They put in the end zone, which is a bit of the match I needed for this damage so far tonight.
Would have been nice for them to get the 2 scores, like we said earlier, but still, got to from somewhere right now. And the good news, even more importantly, is Munster's going to have to find a way to stop the Highland offense.
Last series, they brought him to a stop, forced the pump for the first time in that.
Because for Munster to come away with the victory tonight, Joe, I think they're going to have to shut out the Trojans the rest of the game, which might be too much damage, but we'll see.
As we've seen before, the experience here at the high school football level. All sorts of things happen. One team can go on a quick run. One team can lose the steam. Seen it before, probably see it again. Looking at the two-point conversion now. The quick pass, far side, caught, end zone, 2 points.
Good play there. Anderson goes in motion, and then he's the one who is the receiver. There's no looking. You see Anderson going in motion, and right when he gets by the quarterback, Stojkovic and puts it up with a two-step drop. Hanrahan never stops running. That's a nice looking play.
Essentially, they turn into a two-score ball game. 2 touchdowns, 2 two-point conversions. It'll be a 1-point difference still. So the Mustangs do a good job with getting the drive, putting it in there, and then keeping the 2 points on the board.
But again, Joe, the important thing is I think they're going to really have to shut down that Highland offense the rest of the way. And the way they look tonight, it might be too much to ask. I don't know.
For the Mustangs, number 12.
We'll see the interaction here. The Highland offense are going to get ready to step on the field. Highland setting up a tight formation to cover a short kick. So possibly a squibber. The clock down to 1:55. Royal, your kicker, put it down far towards the corner. Picked up the 3. And the follow the block of the cross. At 15, taken down. Job on the return. Will Thomas.
Initial hit, very hard on number 45. The ball on the first and 10. Highland.
There's no look at it. We thought Munster might do the squib kick. Instead, they boot it. Almost in the end zone. Will Thomas makes a nice catch there, but then Thomas going to take a pop right there by number 45. I believe that's Jake Skelton for the Mustangs.
Matt DeBoer.
Matt DeBoer, excuse me, the other fullback. 35 is Skelton.
Of the center.
The ball carrier off the right side.
Maybe a yard, maybe the line of scrimmage.
Boyle.
So it looks like Havens got back to his 1,000 yards, Joe.
Down on a long 9.
Or at least he's pretty close. Maybe just a couple yards close. A couple yards away. Kind of thought Highland would just sort of kneel on this one, but
I think the clock moving a bit. It's at 1:33.
he's saying put 125 on the clock. I think.
Coach Marshall relay the information up here.
Yeah, 125 left on the clock.
Said the way the time clock situation is, they've got to run a couple plays to get the play clock in their favor. Also, 5. Second down, just inside of 10 yards ago. Set their offensive formation. Wide outs either way. Wing on the near side. Going to
A
bit more than 5 there.
Well, Joe, didn't look like Havens really picked up a lot of yards that time, but the Trojans got a nice push on the right side of their line. Havens, of course, did a nice job of just holding on to that football.
Third one now for the Trojans. near side. Follows the blockers, has the first down yards. Up to about the 31.
There's a stop at the 35. Shelton. First and 10, Highland.
All right, so Highland keeping the ball on the ground and moving it. And again, Joe, you never know when you can break off that big play and add one more when you've got the kind of a runner like Martin Havens.
And the first half runs to a close.
The first half,
After one half, the Players score 25. Highland on top of Munster for the Battle of the Bridge. Take us down now back from halftime stats.
The key ball game, and the defense has to find a way to pitch a shutout. Second half action underway. Deep kick for the Trojans. Luptak takes it near his own end zone. Heads up the middle, and Luptak hit hard by Highland. Mustangs will take over to 25-yard.
I'll tell you, the Mustangs are trying a few times to run that ball quickly up the middle. Cost them a couple of times. No real formation for that offense. Just a return, just the fact they tried to blaze up the middle that time. Vito Demasius was right there to put a stop to it.
Yeah, Mustangs been using that wedge tonight pretty much on every kickoff. All right, Mustangs down 25-8, trying to make something happen. First offensive possession, second half. Man in motion. Stojkovic keeps it on the option right side. He has some running room. And the Mustangs pick up a quick first down. Nice to see that, Joe.
They pick up about 12 or 13 to the carry. Nice job. He stayed in the around the corner looking for the option. You're going to watch a replay. He stayed in the option. A good job. That pitch phase comes to play again. His running back. You see him ball up the first man, the fake man. And then the running back stayed out there to hold the option available. And a nice job. He just tucked the ball up and got the first down yardage.
Right now, on the field, 10 injured Highland football player. Brad Smith walks out.
Looks like they're working the calf area, or maybe the knee.
Can't really tell who it is yet. We'll try to get a number.
That was right in the middle of the play. You saw the nice job faking the Mustangs did with the hand up the middle. The fullback took the shots and leaving the field now with some assistance.
That's Brandon Wisniewski, Joe.
That's your touchdown lineman.
That's right. Man who scored a touchdown off an interception first quarter for the Trojans. Now he's limping off. Hopefully nothing serious for Highland. First and 10 for the Mustangs, who really think Joe need to punch this in and get some momentum quick. Down 25-8 to the Trojans early in the third quarter.
A big plus, the attitude of the Mustangs coming out of the locker room. They're ready to come out here and fight. They're out there charging up the squad, the fans and everything, ready to play.
Stojkovic back to out of the hands of his receiver, looking for Dan Anderson. But Highland right there on the play. I tell you, if you would have caught that one, Joe, didn't have much running room, might have gained a yard.
You watch a replay. Stojkovic steps back, lets the ball fly. Defender right there on top of it, nearly. Could have been a pickoff. It was a little more open in the territory. But nice job defending right there, trying for that quick pass play. Get the ball to the receiver on the line of scrimmage and let his running skills pick up the yards.
Second down, 10 to go now. Mustangs send a man in motion. Stojkovic bobbles it, throws it up down the right sideline, has a man in and out of the hands of Aaron Barnes down the right sideline. It's unfortunate that time Stojkovic who put the ball in his hands, Joe.
I think it was in his hands, but I think Barnes is already out of bounds when he got the ball. It was just a high lob pass once again. That's a timing pattern the Mustangs have tried several times tonight. It's worked a few times for them. They've gone to the well several times on it, though. But I think that time he was even out of bounds as the ball got down, just a little bit beyond the range.
We might see the arm of Stojkovic again. Third down, 10 yards to go now. Stojkovic lines up, I formation. Quick give to Anderson. Not much running for Anderson. He's corralled by a couple Highland defenders. That's going to bring up fourth and long now.
Fourth down. Whirl and punt formation for the Mustangs.
This really is not what the Mustangs wanted to see at this point in the ball game. They want to get a couple, had a good pass play. They got on that first down, and actually Stojkovic kept it on the option for the first down. And then two incomplete passes in a row in that last run just really put a stop on the offense.
A high boot kick comes down, nearly hits a Highland player, but that's going to be down at about the Highland 35-yard line. We're going to take a quick break and be back with your primetime game of the week.
Because your car deserves the best, Jiffy Lube is America's oil change. Our signature certified service provides thorough and professional service to your vehicle and a written assurance that your car received a quality performance by an authorized Jiffy Lube representative.
Stop in at Jiffy Lube, America's favorite oil change, just 2 blocks south of US 30 on 41 in Cherville, Indiana.
Mention this ad and receive a signature service oil change for just $19.97.
1st and 10 for the Trojans. They go to the air. Kevin Boyd connects on a pass to the left sideline. The receiver that time, Eric Murphy for Highland. Christian Pettit here alongside Joe Wells. And Joe, we were talking about the importance for Munster to get a quick score in this second half. Now it's real important for them to stop Highland.
Exactly. See the replay here, just a quick pass play. As Boyd makes the connection, they get the 6-yard pickup. As you said, right now, Munster is in a game against possession. They have to score every possession. Every time they don't do it, it's a big chunk percentage goes down to come back in the ball game.
2nd down, about 4. 1st down on the pass that time, Kevin Boyd over the middle at Adam Waldron. Good job by Waldron hanging on in traffic. We've seen a lot of receivers having to go over the middle in tonight's game, and you know you're going to get a big hit, especially with this rivalry.
You watch the formations up here, lets it fly in the middle. Waldron keeps running against the man-to-man coverage and just takes the heavy hit. They're really a lot of heavy contact pass plays. This is almost a tight end ball game. You see, you let the big guy rake across the middle and you pick up the 5 hard yards. We're seeing that style of play tonight.
Highland has it on the 47-yard line. 1st and 10. Boyd back to pass again. His 3rd straight passing attempt. He connects down the right sideline. A big gainer for the Trojans. 1st down and 10.
Eric Murphy got the catch on the run and just put the down. You're going to watch a rollout pass. Murphy, right inside, cuts out to the sideline. Catches it nearly in stride off that right hip. Lost balance a bit, but he's watching the line, trying to watch out for the defenders. Stumbles up and finally taken down deep into Mustang territory.
So Murphy rumbles down to the Munster 15-yard line. Handoff to Havens. Havens breaks a tackle, keeps his legs pumping. Touchdown, Highland. Martin Havens from 15 yards out, and the Trojans start off the second half same way they started off the game, Joe.
Havens showed the 2nd effort, 3rd effort, 4th effort to put that ball in the end. That's talk about all the yards he has. Once in a while, you just think sprinter out there getting the ball and falling his blockers, but that time Haven did it on his own, getting hit several times across the middle and just keeping that drive going. I've said so many times to younger players, the kids watching the ball games, you got to keep the legs turning. You see him get hit once there, keeps the legs going, gets again right there, comes outside, turns his some more, one more hit in the end zone. That's all by Havens there, making that 2nd, 3rd, and 4th effort to get the score.
Highland lines up for the extra point now. Some flags thrown. It's going to be a penalty against the Trojans. They'll march them back 5.
Procedural call. Once again doing the kicking duties, Isaiah Bishop, the junior kicker.
Bishop puts up the extra point, and that's going to be good. So Highland right now a 32-8 lead over the Mustangs. We're going to take a quick break. Munster. Joe, right now the second half, Munster's got their work cut out for them, huh?
Exactly. We saw the Highland offensive squad just slicing and dicing their way down there. The passing game, the running game, both came into play and come down the field for that touchdown.
RSN takes it for the Mustangs. He brought down near the 24-25-yard line, and that's where the Mustangs will take over as they try to get back into this ball game. I don't know. Might be too much to ask against a team like Highland. But really the name of the game so far is they just haven't found a way to stop the Highland offense.
On top of that, they've had a hard time getting their own offense in the charge as They've worked their way down in the red zone a couple times. Got in the end zone just once.
Mustangs take over on their 23-yard line, first and 10. Stojkovic and Skelton in the backfield. Loose ball, looks like Highland might recover it. Don't know if Stojkovic tried to hand that one off. Looked like a broken play, Joe.
The Mustangs have tried to run the action play a few times, but not with Highland. As you've seen, like from teams such as Griffith throughout. And you saw right there, your quarterback Stojkovic was trying to pull the ball back out and just lost a handle on the ball.
But I'll tell you, if that Highland defender just would have fallen on that ball, they would have had it. 2nd down and 14 now. Stojkovic back to pass under some pressure. And Stojkovic just gets that one away, avoids the sack.
A good job throwing that ball away over the head of John Hanrahan on the sideline. Picked him out, found him. Just out of his reach, he didn't get caught back in that sack.
I'll tell you, tonight we have seen Stojkovic under some pressure. We've seen their linebackers sometimes shoot the gap, sometimes just a nice push from their defensive line. But again, Stojkovic not very tall, and when you're getting under some pressure for some of these big linemen, it's very tough to see your receivers downfield.
So that front line game will come into play, and that's what's happening right now. The Highland defensive squad is just line and getting through there to attack the Munster offense.
Munster goes back to the air. And that one looks like it's going to be intercepted by Highland. One of the Waldron brothers that time, Joe. Ben Waldron gets the pick for the Trojans. 3rd and 14, they had to go to the air. Highland knew it was coming.
Once again, it's not the standard quarterback zipping the ball. It's a hopper shot, relying on the receiver to come for it. But the problem is when you have two defenders that area who are also over that 6-foot mark, the caution interception, the 3rd time tonight, one of the balls went the wrong way off that pass play.
All right, so big interception by Ben Waldron, and the Trojans looking for another score. They approach the 9-minute mark in the 3rd. Handoff right side that time. Good chunk of yardage. Haven. I think it's safe to say he's well over 1,000 yards now in the season.
He's over that mark.
He is the leading rusher in the area coming into tonight's ball game. Waldron's the number 2 receiver in the area. Kevin Boyd statistically number 1, but he's one of the 8. Timeout called for Highland now as Brad Smith comes out. He's a little angry.
Brad Smith was on for several years at Crown Point, running the Bulldog football program. He came out to Highland as the athletic director for a while, decided to run back in the field, and just really one of the areas to work with and to see work with the kids out there. You see him come out here and work with the kids like he is now. He's a little bit of them, but he brings a lot out of those kids and makes them really want to come out there and play well and do well.
Yeah, I'll tell you, he actually quit coaching for a couple of years, decided to become an athletic director, and right away knew it was a mistake, and he knew that coaching was his calling, and he got back into it. He said he's very fortunate to be where he's at now, a good program, and his 4th season there, and sometimes you don't get that opportunity when you walk away from it.
One of the funnest coaches to see as well, as we saw at Crown Point, always for the trick plays while he was there. And we'll see if Highland ever needs them, they'll pull some unusual stuff out of their bag of tricks. Don't think it'll be in use tonight, but
they don't need it. 2nd down for Highland. Kevin Boyd back to pass on the run, looking down. Going to be tipped by one of the Mustang defenders.
Nice job that time. Steve Spursick got right in the way. Put a spot on it to get out of bounds.
That's one of the things that really we don't talk about Kevin Boyd. He's a quarterback, but we've seen him run the option very well, and we've seen him avoid some of the pressure in the backfield.
Especially for a tall player the way he is. He's tall, a bit more on the lanky side. It's good for the vision on the top. He moves very quickly, very agilely in the backfield.
3rd, the Trojans back again. Boyd off his back foot lets it fly, And it's going to be incomplete.
That was close. The jump ball in the end zone. Kevin could right there to put a stop defensively for Munster. Stay with the receiver step for step.
Looking for Eric Murphy that time down the right sideline. Look at it.
Steps back, he's pressured right away. One of the few times Munster breaks the line and puts the power on. Has to let the ball fly to the end zone. Nice job. Throwing it away, sort of going for the touchdown mark. Tomio Toyama put the pressure on the backfield.
4th and 5, the Trojans go for it. First down on the pass.
And get it. Pitch, a little pitch out there.
Well, I'll tell you, Kevin Boyd released that one in a hurry, Joey. Might have took 1 2-step drop, and that ball was in the air. Complete timing pattern.
Besides the skill we're seeing on the Highland, just falling for them tonight.
1st and 10 now out of the I formation. Handoff to the deep back. Not much room there this time, though. Nice coverage by the Mustang. That was Havens on the carry for Highland.
Dan Bison on the stop. Number 84, he's just a junior. Listed on the offensive roster, but 6'1", 178 defensive end size.
That makes it 2nd and 11 now. And Boyd this time rolling left side, fires, incomplete for Waldron, who started to work his way towards the middle of the field, but just overthrew him.
Tell you, Waldron is looking for the catch, but Mike Arabelli, number 5, Mustangs, 5'7", 160, had him zeroed in for the hit. He would have pulled that ball down, would have been a heck of a collision down around the 5-yard line.
Kevin Boyd actually has thrown for 1,000 yards also tonight, Joe. He's reached that mark. He hasn't thrown for 1,000 tonight, but for the season, he's there. Complete pass for the Trojans. Touchdown Highland. Once again, Kevin Boyd goes to the air, and the Trojans put in another score. And right now, Highland in complete control of this ball game.
John Pulaski caught the ball, turned it up for the corner, right in against the defenders, and got the 6 points on the reception.
You mentioned Kevin Boyd coming into tonight's game, 969 yards. Pass well over that tonight, Joe.
We'll watch a replay. Man in motion, steps back, rolls out all in his own, lets the ball fly. A quick zipper pass. See, he race for the corner, hit at the line, and gets across for the touchdown.
Flag on the play.
Flags fly before the snap of the ball. Put a stop to that play.
And Joe, I think the crowd is in a little shock tonight. Didn't think things would be going here.
The Mustang crowd came out the second half, cheering the team on and wanting to get going. They knew they had some power left in them to snap things around. But the second half, sort of a continuation of the first half. Mustangs unable to put the ball in the last possession.
Isaiah Bishop on the extra point. That's going to be good. Makes it 39-8 in favor of the Trojans. We're going to take a quick break. Back with your primetime game of the week.
Hey, high school seniors, listen up. T-Tac Photography in Cherville is the fully digital studio in Northwest Indiana and is equipped with state-of-the-art computer-enhanced digital effects technology that can make really cool pictures like these. T-Tac Photography has affordable packages at any budget. You can even bring in your own to reflect the real you. Plus, there's no waiting for your previews. You take them home that day. What could be better than that? Nothing. Call T-Tac Photography and Video Production today to set your appointment.
Welcome back to Munster High School, our primetime game. Highland right now in complete control, 39-8 over the Mustangs. Chris Chapetta here alongside Joe Wells as Highland set to kick after the touchdown. Munster takes it deep in their own territory. Again, trying to set up the wedge, but once again, a big hit from Highland. Vito Demasius that time on the hit.
Tony Dosberg, the receiver that time. And we've seen some see him shaking the head a bit in the way out of there. But the Mossbergs really put a couple shots in there. Sort of a line shot kick, got down there deep in the territory, but didn't spend much time in the air. They're catching him the back pedal, looks to follow that wedge up the middle. And then full speed here, you see him come up and just whack. He's looking for the hole and it wasn't quite there.
Munster takes over on its 19-yard line. Quick give up the middle, but once again, not much room. Ball carrier that time was Skelton.
So that time, we said the control on the front line, something's really showing up for the Trojans tonight. And Highland that time, there were some lead blockers for Munster for their behind the line of scrimmage action. They got through, and the Highland team recovered and attacked the ball.
Stojkovic keeps it on the option side. He'll be brought down near about the 30-yard line. First down for Munster.
I'll tell you, Stojkovic pretty much has had the most successful setup on offense for the Mustangs. The after play has been probably the most steady play. And he keeps it and runs on his own, 1st and 10.
So the Mustangs trying to put together a drive, get back in this one. Stojkovic keeps it. He's tripped up at about the 34-yard line. And I think they need to stick with that option.
But right now, it's pretty much showing that up because he's tucking the ball up and running. And right now, Highland's more in the bend not break situation. They're not up by 31 points. They're not really worried about putting a stop to the ball club. They're hanging back about 4 yards deep and just playing along with whatever Munster decides to do. Let the clock run. Let Munster make a couple drives at this point.
2nd down and 7 now. Not much there for Munster. Great coverage by that Highland defensive line. I think it was Brandon May, Joe, for Highland, just busted through.
Singuray makes the wrap on his own. The big guy's power on, sits him down.
So Aaron Barnes didn't have much of an opportunity there for anything. Loss of 3 yards for the Mustangs. That makes it 3rd down and 10. Stojkovic trying to make something happen. Rolling right, fires, looking for Tom Royal. And there's going to be some contact downfield. That time Royal was working on Waldron.
I'll tell you, for the most part, that would not have been a penalty in several situations. But right there, Waldron went through the receiver, which you're going to watch right here. Stojkovic rolls out, lets the pass fly. And you're going to watch on the pass play, he goes through the receiver from behind. If he'd have been alongside and got the hand up, made some contact, no big deal. But the fact is, through his back, and that cost him to catch the ball, so he got the penalty.
All right, so the penalty keeps alive for the Mustangs.
That moves the sticks right down to the 45-yard line. Makes a 1st and 10 automatically off that play.
Munster's only touchdown tonight was a pass from Stojkovic to Hanrahan, a tip ball in the end zone. Stojkovic makes the pitch to Anderson. Anderson picks up a yard, maybe 2, before he's hit hard again by a bunch of Highland defenders. That time the first man through for the Trojans, Adam Anderson.
The first man put a stop to it. Then waited for the host of Highland backup to show up to put a total stop to the play. Got about 4 on the pitch.
I'll tell you, we've been talking about Highland offense tonight, Joe, and rightfully so, but their defense is playing one heck of a game also.
They sure are. They're really getting through the line quickly and putting pressure on Stojkovic, not letting him set up the way he wants to. They go to a 5-man front in this play.
Stojkovic looking for someone to give it to. Nobody there, so he's going to have to run it himself. And once again, great coverage by the Trojans. Zach Cook that time on the tackle for Highland.
Did a good job with the pursuit. He's just a sophomore on the field. You're going to watch Highland shifts up the front line, puts 5 men in the front,
Nobody was there.
And Cook comes out this way. He comes from the back and just makes a full run out there and puts a stop to it.
It's one of the worst feelings, Joe, when you want to hand the ball off to somebody and nobody there. You know you're in trouble then. That makes it 3rd and long. Munster. Barnes, the reverse to Luptak. Luptak breaks 2 tackles, but can't break a 3rd. That time covered by Highland. They got back to maybe the original line.
Actually lost a couple yards in that play to take them back to the original line of scrimmage. And we say a bit of rise last from the Munster side. Right now they're in the more of the desperation phase. They want to get something. Good pursuit is right away. 2 of the Trojans really got back there and put a stop to that play in the backfield.
Tom Royal punting for Munster. They're going to down it at about the 23-yard line of Highland. So that's where the Trojans will take over with their high-powered offense, 39-8 right now. And once again, Joe, a complete surprise, I think, for the Mustangs. That first quarter, very important, as Highland went up, 3 quick scores. And it's just been hard for Munster to just battle back.
I think we're seeing a bit of a change here. See some fresh bodies in the ball game for Highland. And a couple different changes, never mind. So you're going to keep the set up. I thought we saw a new quarterback coming in there, but around.
First and 10, Trojans in a man motion. Little counter play to Hussey. And Hussey brought down immediately that time, number 87, Muka for Munster on the tackle. Good time to try a lot of variety of plays, I think, Joe. Maybe put some new guys in there eventually.
See a couple new names in there also. The inside counter play, something they haven't been relying on much this game. A couple of fresh sets in there.
Second down, 12 yards to go for the Trojans. Kevin Boyd back to pass on the run and nearly intercepted there. That time, Tony Dosberg there for Mustangs. And down, couldn't bring it down.
You saw right there from the quarterback pass I spoke of before. He has a quarterback passer. He steps back, watch him roll. He'll plant his feet and let the ball fly. See it 7 feet in the air, full speed to the receiver. And that's a quarterback pass when he finds his target and then attacks his target with that football. On the other side, we've seen a lot of the lob pass where just throw lobs up there and then wait for receivers to do the work.
Formation now for the Trojans. Boyd back to pass on 3rd and long. Some pressure, and Boyd going to be sacked. That time, not much to work with. Number 88 that time, Jablonski in for Munster. We say Boyd's a pretty good scrambler, but that time just a little too much heat for the Mustangs. So Highland going to be forced to punt now on 4th and 14 from the 16-yard line. So Munster might be able to get some good field position out of this one.
This is what the Mustangs had to force earlier. At this point, it's good to see him stop the offense, but at a 31-point deficit, a little too late.
Nice boot by Havens, fielded by Luptak at about the 45-yard line.
Highland 44-yard line will be 10 Mustangs.
So pretty good field position for Munster. Trying to get something going now. Right now, Highland in control, 39-8, as we are at 34 seconds to go in this 3rd quarter. Both teams going into tonight's game with 5 records, and both teams chasing the Lowells, who are 6-0. Lowell playing B tonight. They should be 7-0.
Should keep that going tonight. Saw the delay right there. They had a flag which they picked up, negated. So now it'll be a Munster ball once again, as we called originally, at the 44-yard line of Highland.
As you said, Joe Stojkovic pretty much involved on a lot of these plays, whether he's running the option or throwing. Mustangs send Anderson gets the football. Around the right side, he's able to turn upfield. Picks up that first down for the Mustangs. Nice run there by Dan Anderson.
Good job putting the power on, making the corner at one man in the backfield. Mike Bovak got the wrapper hips and pulled him down to the end. You see the replay. First of all, he goes in motion, gets the pitch right away. Avoids the first on the backfield and puts the speed on, gets past a couple guys. Bovak came through, just got a hold of that hips. He couldn't get loose with it.
First and 10. Stojkovic back to pass, looking over the middle. Throws it behind his receiver that time. Stojkovic looking for a good up tag.
Tell you, Luptak was open in the middle.
Yeah, he did have him.
He was by himself between the coverage men. If it would have been hit on stride, he would have been able to turn the ball up and really get deep within Highland territory.
And Luptak looks like he might have sprained an ankle. He limped, but walked off without any help, so should be okay.
He comes over, talks to the trainer real quick, and he seems about the trainer's going to sit him down and take a look at it real quick. Going to stretch out, maybe caught a cramp off the cold weather in the hit.
Dan Anderson that time hit immediately and lost a yardage there.
For the Trojans time, Brett Smith got through and put the first wrap around the ankles.
Yeah, also Brandon Maynard, number 64, there to provide some support. That time the Mustangs sent it two back to the right side. They gave it to on left, and he was hit hard.
So Luptak stretched the legs on the sideline. Possibly caught a cramp down the calf. Around pretty good.
High formation, third and long now for the Mustangs. Stojkovic back to pass, has a receiver, left side, first down, Munster. That time Stojkovic hooking up with Mike Mirabelli, who was all alone down the left sideline.
Mirabelli, good job holding on to the ball. Waldron right there to put a spot on him. But a good job of catching the ball in stride, turning up and keeping his grip on it.
Nice job that time too, Joe, by Munster's defensive line. I think they gave Stojkovic some time to maybe make some things happen.
Highland's did a good job of busting that line so far tonight. As a matter of fact, that time I saw, I believe, Curtis Bush, 6'2", 245, and a senior, really working his way through the line. He had two guys beating back him at the line of scrimmage. You see a replay. Throws out, looks to pass the ball, has the time. There's really not much pressure. We see three linemen over the block. Caught the receiver in stride. Nice job for the first down.
And we'll be with the fourth quarter, our primetime game of the week. Back our primetime game of the week, the Battle of the Bridge. There you see some of the Munster faithful out cheering, but so far it's been all 9-8. Side Joe West. Right now, Joe, I think it's just a matter of pride and trying to learn something, take something into next week's game for Munster.
It's pretty much in a 39-8 score, as we've seen Highland control pretty much every aspect of the ball game throughout most of the ball game. And now Munster is just trying to put some of those points on the board. They don't want to go out there head hanging. We've seen the squad too long.
Stojkovic under some pressure, throws it away, and that's picked off by Highland. This time it's going to be a race for the end zone. Skelton trying to get there, but he's not going to be able to, so a touchdown for the Trojans. That time Stojkovic under some pressure. Joe just had to let it go.
The big return, a touch over 80 yards. And that's one of those positional catches where once you get it, you get a lineman or a defensive end, get the snag back there. It'd be Greg Wojciechowski, I believe, on the
Greg
catch.
Wojciechowski.
You know, watch, he gets caught behind the line, throws the ball away to about the 15-yard line, snagged behind that host of Munster players. It's a long run, but it's a clear run. He has no one in front of him. He has to outrun one or two men. He has a couple of guys set the block as well, and just a big reach.
So Wojciechowski takes it 75 yards the other way. And the Trojans now with a 45-8 lead over the Mustangs as they set up for the extra point. That's going to be blocked. Mustangs that time, Tony Dose in with a hand on it, and the extra point is no good, so that keeps it 45-8 in favor of the Trojans on a big interception return by Greg Wojciechowski. And that's the second time that's your line buddies got a touchdown in the first half, and this time Greg Wojciechowski in the right spot at the right time. And again, I think all that comes from the pressure that they're putting on Stojkovic.
In the last series you saw when they made that big pass right before the end of the half, there wasn't pressure. Three Munster linemen sort of standing there waiting. No one was really pressuring. That time we've seen several times throughout the night. Highland brought 5 guys to the front of the line and just really forces Stojkovic to make that decision quickly. And as you can see, when he makes those quick decisions like that, it ends up hurting them several times throughout the night.
Right, Dosberg and Royal back for the Mustangs, along with Anderson.
For the Mustangs.
Bobby Lewis set to kick for Highland. That's going to go to Dosberg at about the 10-yard line. Looking upfield, Dosberg advanced to about the 30 before being brought down. And we see once again Munster going right back up the middle on that kickoff return as we look at Leroy Marsh in his 20th season as head coach here at Munster.
A lot of history in that man right there with Munster High School football.
We mentioned only had 4 losing seasons in 35 years, so that's quite a program.
And same as with Brad Smith, as he is, say, Coach Marsh, besides being the winning coach and the successful program, also great with the kids and a great teacher and instructor for the high school kids to be involved with.
Stojkovic keeps, flips it to Mike Mirabelli. And Mirabelli, not much running room there. Looked like Stojkovic sort of hesitated a little bit, Joe, and it kind of slowed the play down.
Waiting to see what happened. Got the ball back there because of all the pressure. Just sort of cost him in the long run.
So Mirabelli gains about a yard, makes it 2nd and 9. Mustangs quick give there to Jake Skelton, 6'2", 205-pound fullback. And Skelton busts up the middle for a nice pickup. Makes it 3rd and about 4 to go. 10:34 to go in this ball game. 45-8 Highland. Trojans pretty much doing everything right tonight. Another handoff, dive right side this time. Skelton.
Going the ball further off the right side. Mr. Stopping, 92, Eric Spears.
That'll be a first down, good enough for the Mustang first down. Jake Skelton that time, just a dive right side. Munster having a pretty good season though. Big wins as I mentioned over Lake Central and Andrean.
Say 5-1 once in a while. You get a situation like this where they're getting beaten and beaten badly throughout different situations. Besides the skill of Highland, also having much of a performance on home comes to play tonight. But what happens in this situation, as you said, with the way the program is and the point of the season we're in, once in a while a loss like this can help you in the long run. Playoffs is a couple weeks away. The guys can get this out of their system and just sort of like, okay, we beat bad one week and don't worry about it now, and we'll get right back in it and play some football now.
Matt Boer on the carry last time, picked up about 4 yards, makes it 2nd and 6 now for Munster. A little under 9:30 to go in the 4th quarter. Stojkovic sets up with high formation to give to Anderson. Anderson rumbles close to that first down marker.
Off the right side.
Anderson once again showing that 2nd and 3rd effort on his own. He got the ball, got hit a couple times, kept the legs turning. And when he went down a 4-yard pickup.
So a long one to go now for the Mustangs.
Anderson trying to work out a cramp and set up between play. Just saw him after that play.
Well, that time, Jake Skelton, or excuse me, DeBoer.
On the stop for Highland.
I don't know where the referees are going to mark that ball as being.
Out there, Mike Bovon and Eric Beard wide them. See what happens with the yardage, first of all.
That's all you need. So the forward progress gives the Mustangs a 1st and 10.
He got the yards there and knew all he had to do is hold on to the ball. So his main concern was keeping that ball tucked in there.
Another quick give this time to Matt DeBoer. DeBoer picks up maybe a couple. You can see the difference in the two fullbacks. Matt DeBoer, a little guy, uses his speed and quickness, and they'll Skelton, one of the north-south runners. Second down and 8 now for Munster. They send a man in motion, and the pitch goes to Mike Mirabelli. Mirabelli's got some running room left sideline. It should be good enough for Munster. They've had some success with that. They put him in motion and they just give him the pitch, keep him running, and he gets out there kind of quickly. I think that's the purpose for that.
Stated one of the problems was the front line not being able to kick the guys out as much as they want to. So one way you can counter that with your offensive calls is use speed plays around the end. Let your backs, let your ends put on the power on their own and raise the corner. That's what they've been doing a lot. That's been successful for the Mustang program.
Mustangs give a dive right side. That time the ball came to Luis Maza. So some new faces in there for Munster.
The thing is, once you get that outside pitch play together, like we just said, you can do one of those dive plays in the middle and usually chop up 3 to 4 yards pretty easily.
I'll tell you, if they can get 6 yards on a dive like that, then they're able to control that line. 2nd and 4 now. The dive left side to Maza. Maza picks up the first down. As we see a new quarterback enter the game now for Munster, number 18, Eric Rosiak.
I believe a junior. As our
it's either that or first grade.
Our roster says 1 on it. So.
Be a freshman.
Or maybe.
He's sophomore, right?
We just have a 1 on our sheet, so it's either 1-0 or 1-1. Rosiak, a good job of setting up the offense the last couple plays, though.
The give again on the right side.
Get off the right side.
Maza maybe picks up a couple.
On the stop for Highland. Second down, about 9.
So it looks like the Mustangs will be out of the race for number 1 now in the LAC Black Division. It's going to be up to Highland and Lowell. Munster can do Highland a favor when they play Lowell. I don't know if it's next week or in 2 weeks, but they have them on their schedule still. Run there by Mirabelli.
As we're calling on the field, with just over 6 minutes left to play in the ball game, Munster's doing a lot of running plays, keeps the clock rolling, down by 30 points. At this point, really a comeback isn't likely at all. But they're calling the plays, running plays to keep the clock going, get some new faces in there, get them some game time on an actual varsity level, and just really working the ball well. They worked the ball down nicely against Highland.
Rosiak takes under center, back to pass, looking for Mirabelli, right side, but overshoots him.
I'll tell you right there, Mirabelli was in the open. He caught that in stride, in the flat. He had about another 5 yards to turn up before the defensive backs crossed him. Because there wasn't safety waiting back on the cornerback. He's probably going to add another 5 yards after that catch.
Rosiak probably a little pumped up. Maybe the timing not quite there either. That's why we put these guys in now and give them some game time. 5:32 now in this ball game. Rosiak, a quick give to Mazza, and Mazza picks up some tough yardage there for the Mustangs.
Took a heavy hit.
And they're not going to hit it, so it's going to be first down for Highland. And there you see Rosiak. Mazza going off to the sidelines. Some future stars here probably at Munster.
There you go. Talk about Rosiak getting the playing time. That's in the varsity level here. You know, in practice, if you're a second string player, or if you're a backup, or whatever you want to call it, you're the guys that run the practice teams. I spent a lot of time doing that myself. You run the scout team.
Oh, is that bad?
And I'll tell you what you get is he'll get a lot of snaps in practice against their first string defense. So he's actually got some good experience in practice facing some tough competition.
New quarterback for Highland, Brandon Siska.
He's a sophomore.
To give that time to another new face, Aaron Salabowski.
Salabowski, the player for Highland.
And there's a situation for a guy like Siska. Who knows how good he is? But, you know, you're playing behind a guy like Kevin Boyd, and you're just not going to get enough time.
And same thing with him. He probably has time in practice to run the scout teams and the practice squad. So he knows what he's doing at that spot. Just doesn't have much experience in the varsity field on Friday nights.
I'll tell you, that's how you do improve, though. You're running against the first string defense every night. You get better quick. You have no choice. Siska, the pitch, left side. Salabowski, the ball carrier once again.
Salabowski, the ball carrier again.
The Trojans are very solid tonight, offensively and defensively. Offensively, they had the running plays both ways. You had Havens out there really worked up a storm. Also, you had the pitch to the outside and the misdirection plays inside, and the passing game as well. As we saw several passes go for big yards, and just besides the yardage, it looked smooth. It wasn't the fact they're getting yards, it's the fact they looked like they had it in control, they had it on target, they were doing what they wanted to do.
4 minutes to go now, 3rd and 7. Flag thrown on the play. So that's going to be a motion call against Highland. And Munster's going to decline it. We were talking about, Joe, Kevin Boyd. You know, we've been doing games here. Well, this is my 3rd year. We've seen him as a sophomore quarterback. The difference this year, obviously, he's bigger and stronger. But, boy, he just doesn't make a lot of bad decisions out there. I remember saying, oh, he's got a good arm, he's a good athlete. Just made a bad decision. Just forced that ball. You didn't see that a lot.
Not at all. His discipline and experience really showing that aspect, because he gets the ball, they get the ball back in the pocket. When he had to throw it away, he was throwing it away correctly. He threw it over the receiver, throw it long towards the sideline, or he throw it right on the ground in front of everybody. So a good job working the ball and back. Nearly
a blocked punt there. That time for the Mustangs, Tony Dosberg. Maybe he called him the fair catch and then changed his mind.
Get the arm up over your head and make a nice motion with it to get that fair catch call. Could have been dangerous if you didn't. Besides not getting the fair catch call, he didn't get out of the way in time. It almost hit him on the rebound.
We've seen a few kids just get nailed there with the punt.
Who do we have?
It was the Lake Station Whiting game.
That sounds
I
right.
want to say that might have been our worst one.
The defender got there the same time the ball did, and that just...
Oh, it was perfect.
That's highlight material for years to come.
And nobody got hurt, of course, so we can talk about it now.
Oh, yeah.
that's the rule. Tommy Music, I think it was. That's the guys from the truck. That's what they're yelling. Mazza again on the carry. Mazza looking pretty good so far, Joe. He's only a sophomore.
And granted, we're seeing a lot of sophomores against each other, offensively and defensively, both. As the on the same attack they were before. the Mustangs and getting new guys in here and running some coordinated effort on the offensive side.
Second down for the Mustangs. Rosiak keeps it on the option, pitches it out. Munster actually loses the football, but I think it went out of bounds safely. Tony Forsberg back that time to get the pitch.
It was a pitch backward. It bounced off the running back and then bounced forward. So basically, they get the ball where it went out of bounds, just about 5 yards ahead of where they were. So it was a miscue, but it was a good miscue.
If you could do that on purpose every time, it'd be okay. Less a 1st and 10 as we approach 3 minutes in this fourth quarter. Highland 45, Munster 8. Our battle of the bridge. Looks like the trophy is going to stay at Highland High School for 2 straight years. Well, nowhere to go that time. The ball carrier, Zach Lambert for Munster, ran into a wall.
Nowhere to go whatsoever. As we're in the crowd now, cold weather tonight, a lot of fans on both sides. So Highland brought a lot of fans over, a lot of standing room only on that side. This side as well was packed most tonight, but now, a few minutes, people went out trying to beat the rush once the score became obvious towards the end.
Second down, a long 14 to go. The give again to Lambert. Lambert puts it upfield.
Lambert, your ball carrier.
Brought down 35.
About 9.
So Louis Maza and Zach Lambert getting some time. The 2 sophomore running backs for the Mustangs. Eight yards to go for the first. The quick pitch to Tony Dorsberg. Dorsberg has some running room and more. Picks first down, then hit. Loses the football. But Munster. Actually, excuse me, Highland's going to take over. So Dorsberg did lose the football. Referee signaled first down for the Mustangs, then changed.
A pitch on the right side. See some quick movement there on the front side. Nice blocking. Turn the corner. Down, getting the speed up around the corner. And then Dorsberg turned it up. Got away from a couple of tacklers. And the last hit at the end, he saw the ball. The other guy swiped. Caught him in the head and his body.
That was Tim O'Hara for Highland putting the big hit. Junior.
The Highland defenders right there taking advantage of that loose ball.
All right, so the Trojans take over first. Here you mentioned Kevin Boyd is out. Brandon Siska in at quarterback. That time to give to Brian Bader. There's our director for tonight's action, Mike Pytrak. He's also doing audio replay. Brian Gerstenberger in there also helping out a little bit.
Spirit of not embodied.
We cannot tell a lie. Chris Benk up top, Jerry Moeller down low. And of course, special thanks to Munster High School, bringing out the hot apple cider tonight.
So we talked about Leroy Marsh and all the service, and Jamie Marsh actually our personal favorite for the press box hostess. As again, won some of the best hospitality in the area here at Munster High School, don't you think?
Oh yeah, definitely. One of our good spots to come.
We have the heated apple cider up here and all sorts of goodies. So
donuts, coffee, everything. Down to about 30 seconds now. Highland 45, Munster 8. As we see some new faces in the ball game. So the Trojans will improve to 6-1 on the season. 3-1 in the LAC Black Division. That time ball carrier Matt Hoggy. And there's your final score for 5 and the Munster Mustangs 8. Tonight's ball game. Be sure to join us next week. We have Andrean on the road taking on Kankakee Valley. For Joe Wells, I'm Chris Cepeda. Have a good night, and we will see you next Friday.